And everyone, it's Natural Baby Doll, and I just arrived in Bluffton, Georgia. This is White Oak Pastures. It was established in 1866, and today I am taking a behind-the-scenes tour, and I'm going to learn all about white oaks. And I'm going to take you guys along with me. So this is actually their store, and I'm going to show you. Let's walk in. So, there's a restaurant here. Tour. Check this out. Don't steal their guns, okay? So as you walk in, check out the store. Basically everything here is all natural. That's Jennifer. Hello.
Saved and sent to a tannery in New York named Pertamina. And Pertamina has been around since the 1500s. It's a family operated business. It took us 4 years to get in with them. And they tan all of our hides from chestnuts. So that's why it's a vegetable tan. And then other vegetables like beets and things like that will give you a color more like the oxford that we have. So we were very fortunate to get in with Pertamina. Because there only are about 10 tanneries left in the United States, and everything else is sent to China, and they have a lot of chemicals on the hides. So with us switching over to the vegetable tan, it has been a larger investment for us in the leather department, but we are actually selling a lot more. So that is, we offer 4 different color wallets. This is a chrome checkbook wallet because it is hand dyed. And so if I were to dye the leather, it would take me, I'd dye it for 24 hours and then come back in the next day and put the checkbook wallet together. So I'm going to start over here on the sewing machine. Hopefully it's going to work well. I've been having some problems with it recently. But if any of y'all want to come around here or anything like that, you're more than welcome to. Consumer's choice. I have already marked this in the center just so we can have enough time to go through this. And where I will stitch down.
One person gets the great angle.
All right, and so this is going to be the center of the checkbook wallet, and I'm just going to back stitch all the way up. So this is going to be the center part where you can put your driver's license and credit cards and whatnot, and you want to stitch down the middle first before you stitch onto the actual cover of it, because you don't want to stitch through the back. All right, and then I will come back over here, fold up the checkbook wallet. All right, now that that is done, I will come down, place this in place. This is where the checkbook will go, and I would measure up about 1 inch. Place this here. This is a double-sided tape so that I can secure it whenever I'm sewing. So right now I'm working on making about 45 of these for the holidays.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to make one start to finish?
It's about an hour, really. The cutting process, it takes the longest. Just
are processed with chemicals and chrome and its byproducts, and it's harmful and it's toxic. So there are very few vegetable tanners left in the world. There's the one in New York and Chandler and White Oak. There's one in Haiti that's still a family business. Haiti. But they're very hard to get into. She said it took them 4 years to get on their list of people that make really good leather that's not harmful to the environment. So, if you take leather that has been chemically processed and bury it, it takes 6 times as long to degrade as vegetable.
the belly of the cow, now correct me, Jenny, if I'm wrong, the belly of the cow, the hide is thinner.
It is.
So
Just
it's
think
thinner.
about it. If you were going to be like this all of your life and all of your fat was, gravity was pulling it down towards the ground, the grain of the hide is much more spread. It's much more stretched, versus like the shoulders, which is on top. So the spine, what runs along the spine, will be the thickest part of the hide.
Yeah, so that's how they.
So just like with cuts of meat, different
Muscles
parts of the
support
skin,
versus muscles of locomotion.
yeah, different parts of the skin are used in different ways.
I think whenever I got in here, the hardest part for me was cutting. Cutting a straight line. Like normally you would think like a belt wouldn't take near as long to make as a purse, but cutting a straight line is very challenging, especially when you lay the hide out and you can't see these lines underneath the hide. You have to cut into it thinking you're cutting a straight line, and then when you see through here is how you straighten it up. But okay, so now I am going to apply the brand to the bottom right corner, and we put this on all of our products. It's not completely centered, but it's good enough. So
It's done by hand.
yeah, everything's done by hand. A long time ago, the grandmother probably made soap out of tallow. So whenever the cows process at the plant, we're the guys up there that will take the suet fat and break it down and put it in a large, like, bucket, like just huge. So then, a barrel really. So then Ivy, she'll go to the plant, pick up the barrel, bring it back down here to the hide barn, and in the very, very back of this department, there's a huge kettle. So one thing for us, people don't really have access to tallow in that large quantity. So when we were trying to get started with this, we couldn't really like research online how to clean the tallow. It was like trial and error, because most people that use tallow, they cook it in their kitchen, in their crock pot or whatever, but we're operating on a larger level than that. So we finally got it down to where we could render it. It takes about 6 hours. She cleans it really well and then puts it in the kettle, and then it comes out after it's rendered into these 5-gallon buckets over here. So tallow is a form of fat, so it looks like butter. All of these buckets right here are full of tallow, but as it got hotter outside, we had to start storing it in a cooler area. So this was just brought in here on Friday, but we don't keep the rest of it in here so it doesn't like melt and then go rinse.
What is the heating point? It's higher than coconut oil, but what's the heating point? Do you know?
Heating
for it?
point?
Or melting point, sorry.
Heating point of tallow. It's melting out there right now,
Yeah.
so I'll check it with the thermometer in a minute. I don't know that off the top of my head. But we use this in not this right here, but we do use our tallow to cook with in the pavilion and some of our food. But when tallow goes bad, it smells really bad. But if you want to smell it, it smells good. It smells fine. It smells like butter. It smells good. It smells good here.
Is that what I smell?
Oh, you probably smell
You
like
smell
oils. Yeah, they have a lot of essential oils. So,
For those of us who don't break down
just launched this tallow foaming soap. I do not know of any other company that is doing this online. Now, there could be, but I don't
No,
know.
I've never seen that one.
So this is, there's a lot of trial and error with this, but I mean, it does, she might not.
Is that how you keep your skin so glowing? Do you use tallow?
I do use tallow, but yeah, it actually foams. But that's our newest product, and then we have the body wash, which we are going to send y'all all with a sample today of our body wash.
Thank you.
It just launched last week. So this is a tallow body wash. That's why there's no labels right now, because we just launched this product. And then we make lip balm, soap. Now the bar soap is my favorite personally. It's in the cabins, but this is my favorite product. Is the soap. Hand salve, which is this is a grapefruit scent, and then of course our candles.
So because it's tallow, is it soaking into your skin as quick as like say another lotion? Like, because I'm worried like coconut oil stays on you for forever.
Yeah.
So does this soak in a bit easier?
Tallow with tallow and coconut oil, for me personally, tallow soaks in better than this. Yeah, one that it takes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
It like smells really good.
I'm telling you, like it's about to be some cake.
Alright, so
Cake.
Also really
we're about
Cake,
there.
cake, 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 cake.
So then after the tallow would be weighed out just like this, we would put it on the kettle outside. Now, I just went ahead and had a batch going
Okay.
so that you
Would
can
already
see
do
that. It would melt down, so pretend like I went and melted this down.
Okay.
Alright, so to the counter. Alright,
These are overalls all the time.
so that tallow's melted, boom.
Same angle. Fancy overall.
Alright, so now I'm going to mix in our beeswax and then our fragrance oil. So, I'll put in
So it's tallow, beeswax, and what else?
Essential
and,
oils.
like the oil.
That's
that
it?
you use. Does it smell it?
To me, it smells beefy.
That's what I smelled outside.
You smell what?
What's it heated up?
Beefy.
It changed?
Yeah, it smells more, not like,
It doesn't
Doesn't smell like butter anymore.
Yeah, it definitely smells like animal fat.
Smells like bone broth.
yeah, bone broth.
That's interesting, huh?
Okay, so we did 0.8 ounces of beeswax. This is an organic beeswax. And then I will pour this in.
That's all?
That's it for this one.
What is that, wax?
This is beeswax. So you stir it, make sure that it's melted really well. And then what now?
It's not that much.
No, it's not. And then I will measure out the scent that you want. So I'll do 3.75, and we use the same amount with the fragrance oils, but when we use essential oils, you only get one is less because it's a lot stronger. All right, then you just pour it in there.
Mix it up.
Yep. Stir it up.
Give it a stir.
When does the beef smell go away?
Right about now, when they put the sweater,
They put the scent in,
sweater
I'm
odor in
sure.
there.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
you can smell it now if you want to see how it smells.
I don't want to burn myself, but.
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
You can smell it from
And
here.
then,
Oh, I smell it now.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can smell it
Fill
from
up the
here.
room now.
Started now?
and then that's what the good smell that goes into this room is because it goes through this drain and all the candles smell. I'm like, and then,
That's good to do this right before we eat, because then we'll be really hungry.
Now the jars aren't hot to
the
you?
jar is not hot right now, but if I were to keep holding it, it would get really hot.
You talked earlier about the wicks being glued at the bottom. What's
Yep.
used to hold them?
That's a funny, good question
It's a secret,
because
though.
yeah, we used to use just regular high temperature hot glue gun, but we had a problem where the wick.
This is the cowhide, guys. You can still see the hair on it, and it's stretching it out. Okay, guys, this is the other side of the store. Give you a quick run through. Check this out. Everything is fresh, Georgia grown.